Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel, and a nice thing, a nice bit of news. If you watch the news, which I really don't because there's nothing I can do about it and it's all miserable, you will find it very depressing. So they never put anything nice on, do they? So here we are, some nice news amongst you invert lovers. I always give away surplus inverts and sometimes snakes as well to certainly well-meaning children that are really passionate, but invertebrates, I give them away. I don't charge postage when I've got them, whether it's purple jewel beetles, hissing cockroaches, budwing stick insects. I always get African snails, stuff I use for schools if it helps kindle a child's interest especially, but also to other grown-up children like me. I can honestly say that when I do give them away, I post them out for free. I never charge a penny for them. And I can honestly say 8 out of 10 of those people don't offer to pay postage, don't even say they've arrived, thank you very much. That's the world we live in. But it's always nice with the people that do say, oh Dave, how much? Oh, let me pay you for it. And I'll say, no, just nice I offered. That's not what it's about. But today, how lovely that what goes around has come around. Raymond Robinson, he contacted me on Facebook Messenger just to say, I love your YouTube channel, believe it or not. And further down the chats, turns out he was working at Balfouri until recently for 25 years. Much of that time as curator of the zoo. So a real passionate animal person, someone that knows an awful lot more would be about keeping animals and zoo life and animals in general. How lovely that he actually watches the channel. And he said, Dave, do you want a mystery box of invertebrates sending out? It won't accept postage. He wouldn't accept any money for it. Now that is so nice for me that it has actually come around. Believe it or not, only this week I commented on Bryony Wildsmith's post about giant Madagascar hissing cockroaches. I said, oh, my colony's a bit inbred and they've all got a bit small. Yours are whoppers. She said, don't worry about it. I'll send you some out. Now it'd be ironic if the box from Raymond is all hissing cockroaches. I don't know what's in there, but how lovely. So we're going to unbox it and see what he sent me purely through the goodness of his heart. I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to see what on earth is lurking within. Okay, what's in the box? I have no idea. Come and have a look. Enjoy the excitement. So these have come through the post. It's literally freezing outside. So I know there's a heat mat in there, a heat pad rather. Raymond's not stupid and he knows his stuff. I have no idea. I'm going to read that in a second. Might be personal. Not for your eyes. You don't know what me and Raymond have got going on. So here we have heat pad. Still a bit of warmth in that. They've been sent overnight. By the way, kids, they don't melt in your mouth. Can you read that? Oh, what we commonly call wood lice. Look at those. Look at those. So highly collectible. Loads of people collect those mini invertebrates. They come in literally hundreds of different species and different colour morphs. Oh, I don't know what I need my glasses on. What have you got there? Those ones, another species, loads of them. And these are great because these are great for bioactive enclosures. They're great to be kept on their own, and they're great for my mini beast talks at schools. I think we've got some millipedes in there. We'll have a look. It's no good me pretending I can read what's on there because I literally haven't got my glasses on. But don't worry, we're going to unbox the boxes as well. Oh my goodness me, there's more. You can probably read that more than I can. Can you read it, Jackie?
Not really, not with the light shining on it.
We're rubbish, aren't we?
I think you might say millipede.
Yeah, look. So again, we'll unbox the boxes. It's like Russian dolls. That's it. Okay. Oh, Oh my gosh, Raven also, sorry. Some more wood lice. We'll have a look at these little beauties when they come out. Look at the packaging, well packed, loads of substrate and food in there for them. Let's just double check. What a fantastic collection. And I can tell you now, let alone the special delivery postage, there's quite a few pounds worth of animals there if I'd have gone to an online retailer to get these into my stock. That is really kind that someone has actually been kind to me as I am to everyone else, and I send out free invertebrates too. What an absolute star. Check back in a minute when I am going to unbox the boxes and we'll get those guys set up in something or another. I might even leave them in there for a while. Guys, stay tuned. Okay, so we've got the little mini enclosures all set up for David's invertebrates. We're going to put the isopods, wood lice, in their own species specific habitats. The chocolate and bumblebee millipedes, excuse the mess, the chocolate and bumblebee millipedes are going to go in together. The purists are going to hate me for that. The reason I'm actually going into these plastic containers is I can stack them up on my vivs high up, where they'll be around 25 degrees C, down to about 21 C. This time of year, the reptile room does cool down, and where they normally would go, which is on the lower levels here of the tarantula setup, the lower levels here, they're about, 12 degrees C, way too cool this time of year. And I'm debating whether I turn the space heating up or leave it as it is. So for now, making sure they're getting the correct temperatures, these I can put up high. So they've been in their shipping containers another 24 hours because the mixture of beech leaves and compost and rotting oak wood that I've got very waterlogged. So I've been drying it out in a heated vivarium. Still damper than I'd like, but we'll see. So this one's got high up ventilation holes where they can't actually access. The other one's using a soldering iron. We've punctured some, this is the roof, cross flow air holes, smaller, but as Raymond says, you don't particularly want the little babies getting up there in these shallow containers. They might still squeeze out. If you don't have a soldering iron, an old fork heated up over a gas hob, gas ring, does the same job. Use an old fork. If you're a husband and it's your wife's nice cutlery, tends to leave a plastic residue on the fork, and yes, she will notice. Have a fork, hide it away, keep it somewhere else so she doesn't know, and use that for melting in these little tiny air holes. So cross flowing ventilation. I'm going to keep an eye on how damp the humidity is. They want it humid and a little bit damp, but you don't want that waterlogging in there. Right, time to crack them open and I'll show you what's what. First up, Armadillidium gestroi, and these are gorgeous little fellows. Look at these. This guy has kindly, Raymond has kindly given me these for free. Look at those. You can see why people specifically collect these little isopods, little wood lice. They come in hundreds of species and varieties of colour. They can be kept, a whole colony of each one, in a tiny enclosure. If you're going to keep exotic pets, apart from buying a few, the actual equipment and keeping, it doesn't come any lower cost than these beautiful little invertebrates. Oh, look at that one there. Look at that. Time to turn them free. Bye, my friends. So they've got rotten oak, crumbled and solid. A little bit of cutfish with a little bit of tropical fish flake on there just to get them something to get them going on. And we'll powder some of that cuttlefish up into powder form as well. I've got rotting sycamore leaves. Let's see how those beautiful little creatures get on. And really importantly, oh, look at that, look at that. What a cracking little guy. Wow. Really importantly, is for me, These have got the names on the pots. Keep the travel pots on the enclosures, because when I've done this, the first job of course is to get the label machine working so I can label up the species in each tub. If you're getting little baby tarantulas or little invertebrates, if you don't know what they are on site, I don't know. These are not something I've specialised in, so I need to remember the name, remember the species, so I learn something new. If I do away with this, I won't know who's in where. I've already said to Raymond, oh, can I just ask you these questions? Which he kindly answered on a long message for me. And then I found the note he left in the travel box, already telling me the answers to all the questions. Nobody likes an arsehole, and I did turn into one. Let's see who's next. Look at these little guys, all different ages as well. These are Cubaris, Panda King morph. You can see why. Look at that little tiny one in there. Let's send them free. For goodness sakes, there's still one in the pot. Look how many, I mean, there's thousands of them. What a kind chap. Look at them. Wow. Come on, phone, you can focus. Oh, we're all going to go mad. Look at those. Look at their little antennae. Look at those. They can't keep still. Miniature animals in the collection. I'm just going to pop them on there. There's a straggler. We'll let that guy free and see who's next. Armadillidium pallasii. Look at those. Look at those. Not as striking as the pandas for sure. Hold on, in they go. Oh, big though, look at that. So what I'm going to do with these guys, oh, there's a really small one there. Let them settle in, keep them in these specific enclosures, and if they thrive, as I'm sure they will, certainly come from a damn good source. Oh, hello, and goodbye. I'll add a few of each, or a couple of each maybe, just a few, into the dart frog enclosure, which still doesn't have dart frogs in it yet, and some of the millipedes, and see if they'll thrive in there as well, or who does, which ones suit that environment. Look at that, fantastic. Look at the little antennae under there. Next ones, whoa. Okay, we've got some young bumblebee millipedes here. Let's tip one there. And a tiny isopod. Look at those. To give you some idea of scale. Beautiful. Not as lively as those isopods. Oh, look at that. What a generous chap. Look at those. Beautiful miniature creatures. They're going, turn the lights out so we can leg it. Next up, chocolate millipedes. Hold on. There's one. So something Raymond said they really do well on, or with as part of their diet, is lichen covered twigs. So we'll be out foraging for some more food for these guys soon. But plenty to be going on with. Chocolate millipedes and young bumblebee millipedes. Time to sort some labels. There they are, all labelled up, ready to go. Really important, guys, if you've got a variety of invertebrates especially, label them up as soon as you get them. Even if you just use a marker pen, you will forget what's what. Certainly say things like spiderlings, if you get a package of different ones, label them up and you know what's there. Brilliant. What a great guy for gifting me such a wonderful collection of mini beasts. Okay, something else to do is to rehouse my adult Balfouri, because the colony of 5 is down to 2 or 3 due to a male, 2 males actually. Look at that guy now, shedding out. There's one in there. Looking less than happy. Whether we've disturbed this guy during the molt, I'm not sure, which is a bit of a worry. But basically the colony in this huge enclosure is down to almost nobody. So I'm going to separate these beautiful spiders out and just put them. Look out, spider. One in an enclosure, in we go. These are really easy going. Yes, they're old world, but they're not at all. I don't find these at all aggressive or problematic. They're absolutely stunning. But they're going to have their own single enclosures again. Part of the reason is with just a couple of them in such a big enclosure, most of the food obviously hides away. They're all right, but they're not particularly fat, are they? It was designed for sort of half a dozen. We're down to just a couple now, so let's hope they turn into females, but we'll see as they grow. One down, one to go. Thankfully, just a molt, but there's more here than I thought. There's actually 3. I did panic, I think for a second we got 4, but there's actually 3. There's 2 more in here. Beautiful. Into your new home you go. Really horrible, especially destroying this kind of web, because that does kind of feel interesting. And she's certainly a lot plumper. See what happens. Beautiful species. Balfouri, a must have. I have got a colony of several more small ones growing on to keep communally, but for now what I thought was 2 going to be split up, but actually 3. Beautiful, beautiful species. Really can't recommend them enough. Socotran Island Blue, lovely personalities, gorgeous spiders. Absolutely beautiful. Really not doing them enough justice with this light at all. Anyway, someone down here. There she is. Balfouri, one of my favourite species. So this light will help at all and make it any worse. Look at that. Little beady eyes. Really beautiful tarantula, and a bona fide species that you can keep in groups pretty much problem free. They do make for a great display, but for now the display will come as the youngsters that I've got to grow on as a community. These guys, splitting them up for now. And now in here, once I've siliconed up a couple of holes, small enough for it to escape from, and scaped it out, this is going to be for the baby, the hatchling mangrove snake. That's the boyfriend, for one day boyfriend, the future boyfriend for our big dragon girl. Front opening enclosures, for me, definitely the way to go for your small baby mangrove snake. They seem to be picky things. The two that I've got, neither of them really seem to take to drop feeding when they were small. If you strike feed them while you're handling them, you move a little bit, they spit the food out and get aggressive again. Open fronted enclosure in the dead of night when the snake's actively hunting, 4-step feed, it'll strike the food and you can back off very, very gently, turn the lights out, and it'll usually eat just fine. So mangrove enclosure is now going in here very soon indeed. Well, the enclosure for the mangrove snake, for goodness sakes, the mangrove snake is going in this enclosure very soon indeed.